if you look back over the brochures that are in front of you, they represent winners of these awards over the past 64 years. And you see that on rare occasions, we recognize our members for something they did for the community. And that's exactly what we're going to do here tonight. And so there's two names there. Neither one of those are new names to you folks, I'm sure. Both folks that have been active in the community, and Danny, of course, has been before this group before for an award. And you'll see that in your brochure if you look back. So we're going to tell you a little bit about that. So first of all, I have to give credit where credit is due, and that goes to Isabel Vanderstoop and the Daily Chronicle writers there, and to Jared Wenzelberger, who is here tonight taking pictures. This is his photography, not mine. Anyway, so then the next people we have to thank here is the Pinchot Partners, and that's really where this whole story began, and we're going to talk about them a little more later. So other contributors were, of course, the Gifford-Pinchot National Forest, Randall Woods, and Hampton Lumber also had a little piece in this story. So first, a little bit about the Pinchot Partners. As you can see in the upper left there, they are a forest collaborative, and that word collaborative, I want to emphasize that. And so if you look down at the bottom, you'll see that name, Bob Guenther. Well, he's a founding member of that organization, and I know that at least one other one of you has been a participant in that organization over the years. And we also have another special guest with us tonight. John O'Brien is the current president of that organization, and he's with us tonight. Could you just raise your hand? So, okay, there you are, John. So these people are truly special folks. So you see that word collaborative, and the word down there is stakeholders. So these people gather all those stakeholders in the Gifford-Pinchot National Forest, people that have any interest in that, and they are often diametrically opposed people. And they sit across the table from each other, and they find common ground. They listen, they talk, they listen some more. This is a very difficult task, and these people are willing to do it, and the good news is they actually get something done, and they make things move forward. It's truly a collaborative effort, and they do a lot of listening, a lot of talking, and they finally make things happen. So probably some folks in Washington, D.C. could come take a listen. So here's Bob, and Bob couldn't be with us this evening. He's out chasing elk or something, and with his family, his son, over in Idaho. And so his wife Judy is with us to accept the award tonight. But this is Bob, and some of you know Bob from the years he spent as our representative on the Forest Practices Board, small landowner representative there. And this is him out on a forest tour with Marie Guzenkamp Perez. So this is what the whole thing is about tonight. This giant tree cookie you see here, as we refer to them. And the whole idea for this project originated with Bob out in the Gifford-Pinchot National Forest working with the Pinchot Partners, and he learned of this tree that needed to be removed in a campground out there, a danger tree, and the idea came to him. And so he knows probably about everybody in Lewis County, and so he knew where to go find another mover, shaker, get her done guy. And so he, guess who he went to? Yes, okay. All righty. So So this is Denny showing off one of the tree cookies from that log. And here is how a tree farmer makes giant tree cookies. So, alrighty, he found the right guy with the right skills to do the job. Denny, this is how many of you know him. His sawmill, and here he is at the helm of his sawmill, and he's probably sawed lumber for half the people in this room, I imagine. So anyway, Bob found the right guy to get with him on this project, and the goal is to make enough of these tree cookies and put them on these stands, and once they're dried and all prepared, they will go out to every high school in Lewis County will get one of these for educational purposes. My wife Nan is a retired educator, and she talks about the different ways that different children learn, and there's tactile learning, and I can't remember all the names of them, but if you can, some kids, they do not learn from a textbook, and if you can put a physical example like this out in front of them for history or biology or whatever you might be teaching, and point at this thing and say, okay, Washington crossed the Delaware right about here, and then say, yeah, and you were born right about here. You can drive the point home, and they might get it. Okay, so I want to point out one more thing that Denny pointed out to me before we move on here. So Bob himself has a sawmill at home, and these carts that Denny has constructed to wheel these things up and down the hallways at high schools. These things are beautiful wood. This is made from another piece of this log, and Bob sawed these such that every stick is vertical grain. So some people call that quarter sawing. Anyway, it takes a lot of extra effort. Nice touch here to these tree cookie stands. That's all absolutely perfect vertical grain fir, and Denny made these up, and so they can be wheeled up and down the hallways. And once they're all done, hopefully every high school in the county will have one of these. So again, there's a lot more information out there about this whole thing. Many of you probably already read the story. There's two stories in the Daily Chronicle, or the Daily Chronicle. Gosh, I'm about 30 years too late? Okay, the Chronicle. It was the Daily Chronicle when I pedaled it on my bicycle. Anyway, we'd like to recognize Bob and Denny, and if you would come up here, please, and Judy, you're going to accept on behalf of Bob.